Discover Monroe Walk has reached the top of Peters Mountain and the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah, I'm planning on probably got another 10 to 11 miles today, and then probably.
Now, what's your name?
Heath Garner.
Heath?
Yeah.
Heath, tell us what the trail means to you, and we'll just have a little snippet on that. And
Oh yeah, no, the trail has been absolutely amazing. What's impressed me the most probably has been just first of all how well kept it is. The ATC and the volunteers do a really awesome job with that, but just how many people actually use it. Like if you keep walking in another 20-30 minutes, you're going to hit another 3 or 4 people that are having lunch. Yeah. And it's not just through hikers. It's like, I think the statistic is, and don't quote me on this, but somewhere the statistic says that like only like 4 or 5% of people that use the trail are through hikers. Most of the people are just like people like y'all that enjoy coming out and using the trail just for day use. Yeah. So I think it's really important to keep the trail just, the trail, something that really makes the AT majestic is the fact that it is in the wilderness and you are disconnected from whether it be they try their best to keep it away from cars and they keep it away from roads and stuff and just keeping it pure because, that's why you come out into nature is to kind of get away from everything. So if you start invading on that and it's little things, if you start compromising that, then, it only takes a foot in the door before it kind of just all blows up in your face. So, that's what the AT is to me. Is it's not only you're able to be by yourself and it's a spiritual journey, and you're able to pray and you're able to walk, but it's also a community out here, just of people. It's been pretty incredible so far. It's pretty awesome. I definitely not the same person I was when I started, by any means.
And how long have you been hiking?
Started March 1st.
It's in Georgia?
Started in Georgia in Amicalola Falls. I think this is about mile 640-ish. Yeah. So I'm a little over a quarter of the way done, which is slightly depressing, but it's exciting as well. Like, it's been an amazing journey, full of ups and downs, but it's been awesome. I've had an absolute blast. It's definitely been an experience that I'll never forget.
It's fantastic to meet you up here.
Yeah,
thank you
guys.
so much.
Yeah,
right.
Good luck on y'all's endeavor. It's people like y'all that get stuff done.
Okay, so here we are on top of Peters Mountain, and I'm standing right on the Appalachian Trail, and this is the spot where the proposed Mountain Valley Pipeline is intending to cross over Peters Mountain and across the Appalachian Trail right here in this spot. We're part of the Discover Monroe hikers group, and we're up here. Our purpose is to document the actual proposed route of the pipeline and to look at especially the water sources as we go traveling down the mountain from here. Today our hike will take us down Peters Mountain into Monroe County, and we will be looking at the historical features and the environmental features that would be impacted by this proposed pipeline. Okay. As you look off in the distance there, you're looking into Virginia, and now as you go back over towards West Virginia, you're looking down into across the top of the Peters Mountain down into the valley in Monroe County, West Virginia. So as we continue our Discover Monroe hike down the slope of Peters Mountain into Monroe County, we're standing here in this spot at a mountain spring high up on the mountain. It's a rocky hollow which is extended all the way up near to the top of the mountain. We've been following it down. The Mountain Valley Pipeline course is running right over top of this, which is hard to figure, but that's what's on the map. And we're seeing here a spring where the water is coming up out of the ground, but we've known as we were coming down that there was plenty of water flowing underneath the rocks all the way from quite near the top of the mountain. So it's a very beautiful spot. You can see the moisture from the water in this water course as it goes down is evident by all the moss and rocks that you see here. And so we'll be heading down from here and see what we encounter. So here we are. We've come down off of the steep of Peters Mountain and we're heading into the Rich Creek Valley. And we're standing right here in the hollow next to one of the many streams that form the headwaters of Rich Creek. We've been following this down from the top of the mountain, and the pipeline route, as it's mapped, runs right over top of this all the way down to the point where I'm standing now, and continues on over top of it further down in this hollow until it finally leaves this particular stream and cuts across some farming land. But this is a typical example of the terrain on Peters Mountain and the many flows of water that feed Monroe County, the streams, the creeks, the private wells and springs are all feeding off of this mountain, all the water systems that are on Peters Mountain. The pipeline, however, is mapped to go right up the center of this particular branch all the way to very close to the top of the mountain. Right here in this spot, the water just disappears back under the ground, and it's not visible from the surface, but we know that it's going to be underneath the ground in some caverns or channels that, and who knows where they go exactly. Probably down in near the Anglers Club. There's a big spring of water coming out of the rock wall down there, but we don't know for sure. That, without dye tracing, we wouldn't know exactly which water comes out down there. This could be feeding somebody else's spring or well, or flowing in underground to another stream of water, a long distance away. So here we are in front of a cave opening. We're about 2,176 feet elevation right here along an old, what appears to be a logging road or farm road. And it, and you could walk, you could go on by this without noticing it if you were looking off in the wrong direction. But there's a big cave opening here. It's a typical feature of Peters Mountain and shows just a little taste of what's underneath the ground.
This is one of the plants we found on Peters Mountain. It is an herb called blue cohosh, and it is used for medicinal purposes. And these plants are growing right where the path of the proposed pipeline route is to go.
So here we are finishing our day's hike on Peters Mountain. We're at the foot of the mountain near the Green Valley Road, and the video right now is just showing the ridgetop, which is visible for a very long distance in the early spring. It's really a gorgeous sight. And right behind us is located a sinkhole, the pipeline across this farming field, and right on the other side of this big sinkhole here, we've got some great big maple trees growing in it, which are starting to bud out. Anything trenching across this farming land here would greatly affect the water that's going into the sinkhole here. And of course, we saw in the caves earlier that it's undetermined where these groundwaters would go, whose homes or farms they might feed, or what creek it would flow into. It's been a beautiful day on Peters Mountain. Discover Monroe signing off.